What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Checked In Podcast. If you haven't already, do me a solid, stop what you're doing, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell because it'll let you guys know every time we upload. But with that being said, I'm excited because I have a fucking childhood homie with me right now. This motherfucker's the GOAT. Anyway, DJ Dabble's in his house today.
Yo, what's up, y'all? DJ Dabble, we here.
Right. It's my boy right there. Anyway, I want to go ahead and give a quick toast. We got a little bit of, should we say it? Should we give him a little bit of promo?
Henny and Coke.
We got Henny and Coke today.
I'm lit now.
Also, just to give you guys an update, we do have Martin in the house today as well. Martin's obviously not going to be on the camera right now, but he is going to be assisting us with the stuff that we're going to be looking up because, again, we're going to get into Charles' conversation. Charles does music. He's a DJ. He does anything else and everything else. So we're going to get into that. So we might need that popped up. So Martin's going to be our go-to guy today.
Yes, sir.
So Martin's got a mic, so he'll be able to communicate and talk to y'all, but y'all just won't see him. He's just like some of y'all baby daddies. But we're going to go ahead and drink into that. So, with that being said, Senor Dabo, what made you get into music, dog?
Man.
That's like the real question. Like, what was it? Was it hip hop? Was it EDM? Was it your grandma's soapbox? Was that what it's called?
Grandma's soapbox. Honestly, I guess from what I heard, when I was very young, my uncle, rest in peace, he passed away, used to make me listen to classical music when I was crying, and he would lock me in a room as a baby, let me cry it out, and would have classical music playing. And I guess my mom, since then, like, you know, and that was probably from like my whole baby youth or whatever. And I guess from then, like, it transpired into me playing trumpet in middle school.
Oh, that's right. You did play trumpet.
I played the trumpet in middle school. I was in band. I almost played band in high school, but I chose football.
That's right.
Yeah. But I was basically almost about to be in band in high school, so I didn't want to, I guess, be like a band geek, but maybe I should have. Now that the musical career I chose didn't really matter. I should have been on it the whole way.
In other words, you should have been like Pharrell and just stuck it out.
Yeah, instead of playing football, because that went nowhere, let me tell you right now.
My boy said, look, no scouts. But
not in the NFL, didn't go college.
It is what it is, though. But let me ask you this, though, before we get into that. What position did you play in football?
I was a linebacker, and I played offensive line.
That's right.
Yes,
that's right. You didn't do any long snapping or anything like that, right?
Oh, I did actually, yeah. I played center.
I was like, I do remember you did a little bit of line.
In high school, I played center, And I was, I mean, I didn't want to, guys, you know, I want to play offensive line, but I was the best one they had, basically.
You're like,
I wanted to play defense and
just fit the role.
Just crack people, you know?
I feel it. But yeah, so now that you're doing music, so the classical music is what let you to it because of your uncle. Shout out to your uncle.
Shout out to my uncle.
But still shout out to your uncle.
Rip.
But after that, like, what was it that made you want to get into DJing, and then I guess you could say everything else that you're doing?
For DJing, I mean, the girls. I mean, guys, that's it.
That's it?
But close. No, I was kidding. I'm just like, guys,
this interview was going to be a lot shorter than we thought, guys.
That's it. I'm not. No, that's not it at all. Even though, you know, it's there, but no. For sure, honestly, DJ AM was my huge inspiration from DJing. Like, oh my god, if you guys look up videos on DJ AM, the way he scratches, the way he DJs, the music he would play, I really try to model my whole style of DJing after that. And right before he passed away, he was actually starting to get into the EDM scene. He was playing at raves and he was hanging out with like Stevie Aoki and stuff like that. And that was also what kind of got me into like EDM, because I didn't, for sure I was hip hop and all that, and that was like what I wanted to DJ. But when I saw him starting to get into that world and I was seeing what that was, I was like, oh shoot, like there's a lot more you could do with this. And that was what got me into like DJing, basically, was him and his videos. And then I started playing at parties in high school and stuff, for sure. And that was when I started realizing, like, oh man, you can actually, like, I could do it. You could rock a crowd and just money to be made out here, and people like to turn up, and yeah.
That's true. People do like to turn up and like to go crazy.
Yeah.
Like to go a little crazy.
Yeah, and I was in high school, so it was like, you know, flyer parties. The flyer party
That's
scene
what it was, right?
was crazy.
You know what I was going to ask you? I was like, do you think when Project X came out, do you think that really motivated a lot of people to go DJing?
Well, I felt like when Project X came out, what's funny is we were already doing flyer parties like that, like whatever that movie was. Like I had already kind of not maybe experienced to that level because it's obviously over exaggerated, but we were doing a lot of warehouse parties in LA. Like I had homies that were doing stuff at clubs, or not even at clubs. There were like probably restaurants during the day, and they would turn it into a club at night, basically.
I feel it, yeah.
And at that time, it was a lot more like raunchy. I feel like nowadays they're not doing stuff like that no more, you know?
Let me ask you this. I have to ask you because I know this, but they may not know. Did you ever have I guess you could say a stage name that you went by first, and then as you grew, you started developing it?
This is what
I want to ask you, because everyone has to know where you start.
Oh, man.
So you let me know.
Except for that, yeah. I used to go by DJ Rat.
Right.
I did not choose that name, but yeah. Basically, I used to hang out with this other DJ back in high school. His name was DJ Borracho, super talented DJ back then, doing all the flyer parties and gone to clubs and stuff like that too. And yeah, we used to hang out with them. That was kind of how I learned to DJ as well. Maybe also another inspiration into DJing as well. I'll definitely give him his flowers because I went to his flyer parties and saw that, and I was like, oh shit. And when I met him, he was nice and cool and everything. I was like, you know what? We could do it. And he took me under his wing during that time and taught me like the fundamentals of DJing for sure. So I'll give him his flowers as well. But yeah, definitely DJ Rat. Yeah, we were watching Ratatouille on Disney Channel. If y'all know that movie. And they didn't know the chefs. It was a brand new movie. You know, now it's a classic, so everyone knows what's up with Linguini. But at that time, we didn't know his name. No one knew. We were just watching it and like didn't really pay attention. And they were like, you look like the chef from Ratatouille, Linguini. And I was like, what the heck? And they didn't know the name. Obviously, they didn't say Linguini. They just said the chef. And they were like, no, we're going to call you Ratatouille. And I was like, what the heck? Like, I didn't know. Like, I didn't like that name. I was a little thrown off by it. But when I started DJing and they put me on the flyer or put me on flyers, they didn't know what name to put. Like I didn't have a street name, yeah, I guess, to go by. So they were like, let's just do DJ Rat. And I did not want to do it, but they were like, bro, you'll make it cool. Like, trust. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. And you know, I feel like I didn't make it cool for that time in high school.
For that time period, yeah.
I didn't. Everyone used to call me Rat, and then even to this day, I still have friends that like from back then will like it'll slip out and they'll call me that, and I'm like, oh, like my bad.
You're like, bitch. Why would you bring that up?
Yeah. And then I have to explain the whole story of like how I got it. They'll be like, Rat, like what the hell? And I'm like, and I go into this whole spiel basically. But
I needed to ask you because, bro, I think everyone has had a name where they're just like, oh, we started off like this, and then they're kind of like, ooh, happy we grew out of that. You know,
basically, yeah. And you know, I honestly, when I was doing it, that was like before I would say snitching and like being a rat was a bad thing because it's Tekashi and everything, you know. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I feel like I didn't make it cool. Like I wasn't tripping on it. Like I was like a DJ. I was pretty popping back then in high school. I was DJing a lot of flyer parties and stuff like that. I did a couple clubs before I was 18 and shit. I was like, oh, like they putting Rat on the flyer at their club.
You're like, baby.
I was like, maybe it's possible. But then, yeah, after that, I was like, no, I need to change up for sure.
Yeah. So when did you decide that you wanted to switch it up? What was it that you switched it up?
So to DJ Dabo is where I'm at right now.
What inspired that?
Basically, I was at my house kicking it because I smoke a lot of weed, you know, that way no one knows that, you know what I mean? I smoke a lot of weed, let me tell you. So, you know, and then from that, I used to work at a weed shop, actually. So I was working at a weed shop for a long time. It was a delivery service. And right there, they had wax. You know, if anyone that smokes weed or know about weed or whatever, wax is the next step, I would feel like, as far as concentrated THC and stuff like that. So they had wax there, and that was like fresh. Like that was, you know, brand new to me and brand new to a lot of people because of the way they started doing it or whatever. And the technology has advanced as far as like the nail. It used to be a metal nail, and now it's a glass banger and stuff like that. What it's called. So I was all into that. I was like in the mix of all that, and I was taking dabs on my homies and shit. And at the same time, we were watching college football, and the head coach for Clemson football is Dabo Swinney, is his name. Mm-hmm. So we were just so happened to be watching the game and shit, and I was taking a dab, and my homie was like, "Damn, Dabo, chill," because of all that. And I was like, "Dabo, it's kind of a good name." And we were watching the game and everything, and they actually ended up whooping ass, whoever they were playing that day. I forgot, but it was a good game. And I was like, you know what, DJ Dabo, I can see that happening. So I had actually Dabo Swinney on my Instagram for a while. And
I remember that.
And I had it spelled differently, and it was Dabo Swinney. And then as I started getting more gigs and stuff, I was like, no, it's just DJ Dabo. It's like what he's to go full on with. So it's from the weed, guys. So shout out weed if y'all don't smoke.
I mean, if you would have stuck with it, everyone would have compared you to Sydney Sweeney. So,
yeah, right. Sydney Sweeney popping right now. She's all over my social media.
You go on X right now, she's everywhere, bro. I'm like, okay. I was like, I didn't even know she did that kind of shit. But
I never saw that movie, but I seen the clip on Twitter. Let me tell you.
Twitter be out here blessing the timeline without you even wanting to, bro. You'd be like, oh, wow.
And I ain't mad at her. That's the...
Damn.
That's what your algorithm's at, brother. Oh,
I need to switch it up, bro.
Family needs to be family friendly.
I need to fucking find that family friendly timeline,
not family friendly right here.
Right now I'm on this. Oh my god, bro.
That's very dirty. Very dirty.
No.
It's a very dirty algorithm, guys. Just saying.
Very dirty. I'm not gonna lie. I want it to be gone, but it just Elon fixed that. I can't have that no more, bro.
Oh, that's not what sells.
I can't have that at all.
Sex sells. Remember that.
Yeah, bro.
That's what we need in here. A stripper or two, and this will go viral. Let me tell you.
Put a stripper pole from right there to right there. Be like, Charles brought her, or Dabo. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
It's the lower it grows.
Yeah, bro. The more it goes, I mean,
they know now.
Let's be honest. So it's just I've known you for so long, bro.
Middle school.
So long. Like, can I be honest with you? For those of you that don't know, my name is Eric, right? My name is Eric. ERIC.
Not Denzel.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah. My name is Eric, bro. My name is Eric. So everyone, for the most part, kind of forgot my name along the lines because I've had that name for so long that everyone just associates me with my Instagram name.
Enzo, yeah, same thing.
Yeah, correct. Which is, you know, and I told my boy, what is it, Dom, when we had a podcast and we did everything together, he had asked me, he's like, where'd that come up from? And I was like, bro, Eric Never Zones Out, right? It's what is an acronym? And then he goes, okay, where'd the rest of it come out? I goes, well, Eric Never Zones Out, that's honestly God originally decided. So that, yeah, like I did a whole ass thing. Yeah, I did a whole ass thing to it, you know, just to have fun with it.
Mine was from smoking weed and someone just fucking said it down.
Mine was I had too much time on my hands and I was like, well, this sounds cool, I guess so. But yeah, so that's where mine came out. But yeah, it slips out, bro, because it's like, my childhood version kicks in and then my adult version kicks in, so sometimes
I feel you.
But yeah, it'd be like that.
No, yeah, I mean,
like that, bro.
Yeah, especially, I mean, you know, with your name, since it has the acronym and everything, it has a whole meaning for me.
Yeah, it has a whole thing.
Now it puts my name like to shame. I feel like it has
my name I didn't want to bring it up, or
my homie Eden gave me that name and now it's just like,
you're like, all right, fuck it.
Shout out.
Okay. Let me ask you this right now, since we're on the topic of Eden. I wanted to ask you, I was like, how'd that come about? How did you guys and Eden hang out? Because obviously, for those of you that don't know, Eden, well, let me go ahead and have you go ahead and just...
My boy Eden was one of my closest friends, basically, since probably since high school, stuff like that, too. He's Dioro's tour manager. So, yeah, I'm pretty close friends with Dioro. He's one of my, I don't want to say best friends, but
you're like close. Say it right now.
No, we're really close. We're really close. Yeah, we definitely
talk.
We talk a lot. Same a lot. You know, we're on TikTok and text or whatever. But yeah,
I seen the tattoo on your back. It said BFFs.
He gave me a tattoo actually on my arm. I have a tattoo that he gave me. That yeah, we all have matching basically.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it, Dioro and everything?
No, it says "Do good shit." That was like his slogan, like for a couple years ago. Basically, that was like his little. He had shirts on that kind of made. Yeah, Dioro. But he actually did the tattoo of me, Eden, Patrick. I think Dioro has it too tattooed on him. Yeah.
Okay, we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah. So as far as for Eden, so you guys met through high school.
We went through high school. Yeah. So we met during the flyer party scene. Yeah, I think I went to a party that they were doing. Him and basically it was Eden and my friend Raymond. He's actually another person. Does a lot of stuff with music in the regional Mexican scene. I feel like is where he's a powerhouse. But he's popping. Raymond Tapia. If you want to look him up, he's big. But yeah, they used to do. They had called Explicit Productions. That was the party crew that they had at that time or whatever. And yeah, I went to one of their parties and I just so happened to get cool with them. I think I was with Bodacho during that time because my friend Michael was his little brother, Michael Macias. I don't know if you remember him.
I do. He was in the military, correct?
He's in the military right now. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I was actually cool with him, and it was Bodacho's brother. So that's how I met Bodacho.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, me and him were having friends since like fucking middle school.
Wow, I forgot about that.
Like actually around the same time. We were hanging out. I was hanging out with him too. And shit like that.
I do remember that.
Yeah, and his brother was already doing flyer parties and shit. But we didn't understand what the fuck that was. We were just like, okay, whatever. And we were like hanging out at his house or whatever until we got to high school and shit. And then he was down to take us to parties finally because we were in high school, and that's how I met Bodacho and shit. So yeah. So from those parties, hanging out with him is how I met Eden and Raymond. It was basically a break-in. They broke into like a tire shop. That was the party, yeah, in LA somewhere. And they were stealing power from like the business next door. And that was the person that had broke into the spot for them.
Wow.
Yeah, they knew that tire shop was empty or something, and they had a whole ass party in there. And I basically DJ'd, but I wasn't like on the flyer or anything. I just like
Wait, DJ'd. That was you guys? Because my uncle told me someone broke into their tire shop.
Oh, was Bro, it was like about 15 years ago.
You're like, well, see, what happened was it wasn't me.
It wasn't me. I was just there. We were booked to be there. You know?
We got them, boys. We got them, boys.
So yeah, I was hanging out with Eden in the front, charging people to get in, basically, and I was like smoking a Black and Mild in high school. I don't even know why I don't do that nowadays, but smoking a Black and Mild, and you know, from there that is how we started hanging out more and more, and then you know, until nowadays, yeah. Hang out all the time, basically.
Yeah, that's crazy. So let me ask you this. Now, I wanted to see if maybe you can even kind of educate us a little bit on that. Like, how did Eden come across that whole scene of being Dioro's tour manager? Because that's like, let me ask you this. Because the only reason why I'm asking you that is because obviously you're closer, and if you feel comfortable even sharing that, he's even shared that with you. Yeah. But I'm just asking because obviously since you hang out with them a lot and everything like that, and I want to, which is going to lead into the conversation that I want to ask you next. But like, how does one even come across that? It's just about going to places and it just happens?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real. It's all about who you know. You
Right.
know, like it's hard to just like apply for a job like that. It's probably not gonna
That's what I'm
happen.
saying.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Like that.
Yeah.
It's all about who you know, and then like networking. You know, like look, I think for us, well, for Dioro, a long time ago, his manager was Patrick's brother. His name was Eric.
Oh, there
Yeah,
you go.
and that's our boy too. We're like super close with him. I actually booked him. I threw a flyer party back in the day in high school, and I booked him as my DJ to do the whole night.
That's
And me and Eden were the ones that like were charging people in the front, ran it, and like it was in Compton on Bennett Street. You know what I mean? I remember that shit. We were counting money in the minivan and shit. Like,
Yeah,
wow,
like,
we did
bang,
that.
bang, bang, baby.
Yes. So fucking crazy. It was a good time. But anyways, yeah. So Eric basically discovered Dioro because he was. I don't know, I can't probably say that. But yeah, he was basically ghost producing for other people. I ain't gonna say who, but he was ghost producing for other big artists basically, and that's how he discovered them. And then, you know, he was like, "Hey, let's change up your name and like we'll put you on," basically. And yeah,
That's sick as fuck though. To have that kind of like, just to be hanging around with those kind of people was crazy. Because the only reason why I wanted to ask you that and kind of get a little bit of a background on that end is because since you're hanging out with them now, it's like you're doing that style of music. Because
Yeah.
obviously you do hip hop and you do.
well, that was
yeah.
I feel like when, you know, if y'all don't know, Enzo was a good fire rapper. Not just good. Let me tell you, he had bars, a voice, and it's not easy to sound good on the mic. Let me tell you, because I've tried to be on the mic and I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like I sound as good as
I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm gonna give him his flowers.
Man.
You know, it ain't just in the podcast game. He was
I don't
definitely
even know what this means, but
fire. Fire, let me tell you. So when we were working, definitely I was just more audio engineering, you know, just recording.
Correct.
And I was making beats just so we could have beats, you know, we don't have to
Correct.
pay for them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But definitely back then when I was producing, I don't feel like it's the same as where I'm at right now. Like,
no, I can hear that.
Yeah, my game's a lot more fire right now, let me tell you.
Can you do me a favor, Mark? Can you go? What do you normally have your stuff on? Do you have it on YouTube? Do you have it
I think on Spotify.
Spotify?
Yeah, I have like some songs, yeah.
See if maybe we can log into Spotify if we can or we can't. If not, we'll figure something out to get it on there.
So and I have some unreleased songs I could, you know, we could
Oh
play
yeah, most definitely. So it's
new shit.
unreleased right now.
Well, because basically the stuff that I have like on my Spotify and stuff, it's a couple remixes, and I have like original music that was dropping.
Yeah.
So, but now what I'm focusing more on is just like I'm trying to make remixes of like popular songs.
Correct.
And like
because it kind of goes.
You know, it's more recognizable. Like
Correct.
I feel like with my originals, they were good. People liked them, but like they don't know the words to the song. It's not, you know, people don't know. They don't care right now. You know.
Yeah.
So with remixes, if it's a song they know, they'll sing along to and get into it, and then if it's fire, they'll go with it. You know, if it's whack, then obviously not. Then they'll move on. But I have a lot of songs like lined up. Like I'm gonna start dropping probably like
Right.
like for the next like 3 months. I have a song coming out like every other week. I already have it like approved and everything.
Do you think hanging out with those type of individuals made you want to choose that career path, like as far as for like EDM? And
I would say so. Definitely being
because
around.
obviously I know you.
I've always loved EDM.
Yeah, I understand that.
But
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, when I first started making EDM music, it fucking sucked.
Bro, you know what though? I respect that, bro, because a lot of people literally they like to skip that part.
They don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, they don't like to talk about like, no, my music's always been good. Nah,
you know,
bro. Nah, let's.
I'm sure I could pull up my first tracks and like maybe some people would think it's good if they just don't know, but like definitely me hearing it, I'm like, no, there's no fucking way.
Yeah, not like, damn, bro.
It was not good at all.
Let's be honest. Like when we go back and listen to like for example, like some of my bars, sometimes I'm like, damn, I could have done that better.
Yeah,
You know
I feel
what
that.
Like,
You know, we were in a
like
different
that.
state during that time. Yeah, you know, but
Definitely.
yeah, definitely. I feel like a lot of my old EDM stuff they used to make was just wax. That's why I wasn't taking it as serious. But I didn't feel like I was good enough. So I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do that. But I thought the hip hop beats I was making were really solid.
Solid. No, they were solid.
When we were
They still are
recording,
solid, yeah.
then you know, oh man, that's why I wish we were doing that still. But
Yeah.
That's I went more in on that. Oh, that's me right there. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and just see if I can zoom in on that. That's his Spotify. If y'all want to go ahead and check that out.
Yeah,
real
yeah,
quick,
you
feel
wanna see me?
We'll go ahead and play some right now because I remember that big booty one.
Like that one.
Yeah,
Okay,
I like
cool,
that
cool.
one. I like that one. Yeah, we'll play them right now. Yeah, but so hanging out with them, I would say you would say inspired you a little bit more to pursue that and take it a little bit more serious.
because definitely being close with Dioro and hanging around with Eden a lot too, I know a lot of background stuff and like other business and things that Dioro goes through, and he shares a lot of stuff with me too and with us or whatever, and like, you know. And also I go a lot of his shows. I'm there all the fucking time and like seeing the vibes. It really inspired me to know, like, you know what, like I'm right here, you know, an arm's length to this person. He's doing what I want to do too. So I know it's possible, and I see kind of what goes into it. Obviously, I don't know every intricate of his life or whatever, but I know a lot of things that, you know, I feel like are intricate to being a DJ and like an artist and stuff like that. So I'm like, you know what, I would love to do that. And even, you know, so he doesn't like directly just feed me knowledge.
No, right.
He's a good role model.
Yeah,
he's a role model.
He's a good role model type.
And just him allowing me to just be in his presence, and be around and to learn off of him is just like.
So you would say he's not a gatekeeper type?
No, fuck no. If I were to hit him up and ask him, we can call him right now. He would answer for sure.
Well, don't do that. I'm not trying to.
I think he's playing in Vegas right now.
I'm not trying to do that clown shit. You feel me? I could be like, Charles, dude, Jabo, please do it for me, please. Come on.
Well, so
I'm not gonna do that.
I've seen those videos on TikTok where they're like, oh, like who's the most famous person in your phone? Like, call right now. I'll be like, oh man, like I would.
Yeah, don't do that.
And he'll fucking answer.
Yeah. Don't do that. But no, see, I don't need the clout. I don't need that shit. I want authenticity over here.
And honestly, sometimes I'm like, I'm super happy that we're cool with them and everything, but like I don't want people thinking like, oh, like he just does that.
Yeah.
They're just cool because of DJing, all because of cloud. Is like, nah, like I actually known him for a long time. Like even I think like a couple years after we graduated high school is when I first met him, and I wasn't as close with him as I am now. Like it took some time to like build that relationship, and like it was actually during the pandemic when the pandemic happened. We used to go to his house a lot and hang out and stuff, and he was actually doing the tattoos when I got the tattoo and stuff like that.
I think that really
that locks you in.
I think that right there was like, hey, yo, we homies now, bro.
I think that's locked.
Know it or not, we homies, bro.
And that was like he's not a pro at doing tattoos, so I was like a test dummy for him, basically practicing the tattoo. It looks good, but you can't tell that's like
No, we'll see it right now when you decide.
I'll tell the jacket,
if you want to.
But yeah, so definitely during the pandemic is when I got cool with him, basically, and like we got like close to where we are now. Like I've been on like vacations with him and shit like that for his birthday and all that. So
no, I've seen that. That's actually pretty cool. I mean. Let me ask you this: as far as for new music, right? You said you had new music, right? Do you have anything on your phone?
Yeah.
Pop that on. I want to hear some of that. Like, because let me ask, because you also being friends with Dioro and everything like that. It allowed you to do one of your, I guess, opening acts for him. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've opened twice for him. Yeah.
Yeah. So how was that, bro?
Oh man, that was amazing. Shout out D and Eden and everybody for the lob. Honestly, yeah. So I opened for him at Exchange in LA. Oh yeah, in LA right here, and that's a huge club. If you guys don't know, or if you guys are ravers or whatever, definitely ravers know that club by Insomniac. Yeah, it's huge basically. So. I DJ'd for him at a pop-up here. He had a merch pop-up where he was selling like his clothes for our tour going on. Yeah,
literally right down the street.
Yeah, down the street. Right, Eric was there. Eric pulled up on us. Yeah, so he knows he was there.
You feel me?
Yeah, so I DJ'd for him for that. I was DJ'd for 9 hours, guys. So I don't know, definitely y'all could put in a shift working for 8 hours, but DJing and having to kind of be lit and like playing music that everyone likes too for 9 hours. Bro? I will say, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but toot. I had the crowd pretty lit. I had the crowd pretty lit. I'm not gonna cap.
No, I was there. I seen that.
It was a long line too. Like the line was wrapped around I didn't see that I was inside, but I think the line was wrapped around the building, and like people were coming in. I think a little frustrated from waiting outside, but I think once they got inside, they could hear the music. Their vibe would change like right away, and they were having a great time. So that was for 9 hours doing that, and then so many times I was playing music, and like D would be like, "Oh, like what song is that, bro? Send me that." Or like, "Bro, that's a good song. Send me that." Like, and I was like, "Okay," like going crazy, not thinking anything of it. And then at the end, he was like thanking me or whatever. And he was like, "Bro, like anything you want, I got you. Like anything you need, like whatever you want, And I was like, "Okay, for sure." I was like, "Yeah, well, your show at Exchange, I'm like, I'm gonna go there. Like, we'll figure something out. Like, I was thinking maybe give me a bottle or something, like nothing crazy." He's like, "Would you be down to open?" I was like, "Yeah."
You're like, "Yeah, bro."
So yeah, basically that's how that happened. Basically,
I'm glad I missed that shit for you, bro. I wanted to do it so bad, but work. Some of us got a regular job.
Yeah, it's okay. No, I'm not even.
If he can't go, I'll go, man.
Next time, on the list for sure. Yeah.
Next time. But no, bro, that's what I was. I wanted to talk to you about that because it's like, do you feel that also opened up some opportunities for you?
Yeah, big time. I mean, even just like doing that pop-up thing, like open up opportunity. People saw a DJ for him for that, and then doing Exchange, and like was big because when you do a big club like that and you rock a crowd, promoters see that and like they know, okay, you know what you're doing, like behind the decks or whatever, and then even like. So that's like in the club world, and then in the EDM world, which for like artistry, then people know like, oh shit, like okay, like you serious, like I am like taking those steps to being like an artist, trying to drop music, be more than just like a club DJ or like I do house parties, weddings, quinces, everything. You know what I mean? If y'all need a DJ, you know what I mean?
Description will be down below.
Plug that.
I said description will be down below. The shit will be down below.
Yeah, in the description. Y'all can book me. I do everything.
I got too hype for you, bro. I was just like, oh, I got.
I want your party to be popping. You tap in with me.
You can't even say that perfectly. This guy could play 9 hours straight.
Yeah, 9 hours straight.
Yeah, and it was lit. So and obviously I love those gigs. I love all of my clients that I have that book me, continuously. But I'm trying to get past that and be, like DJ like at EDC DC and like festivals and stuff like that. So
Most definitely,
that was a big thing. Yeah. So doing exchange was like huge for me, and then I opened up for him at Time nightclub as well. For that one, I asked him because they were trying to figure out who to get for opening artists, and a lot of people that he, because he has a lot of friends too. He has a lot of DJs he's cool with in LA, guys, not just me. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of people, and I think they were all booked or just busy or whatever. And then I was just like, hey, like if you need someone, I'm more than down to do it. And he was like, oh yeah, you're down. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Well, you're like, hell yeah.
Yeah. So then that's how I opened that Time for him too, basically. And yeah, that was even like, that's another big, huge club in OC, not LA, but I think it was like I think it's a top like 10 club in like the world, like voted by like DJ Mag type shit. Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a big deal too. I mean, I opened, so like, like a headlining set, but it was popping, it was packed. And then I'm so blessed, didn't even know he was gonna do this. Dioro asked me to go back to back with him for his set actually, which was like, fuck, I was fucked up. I was drunk by the time he asked me.
Let me ask you this. So the people that don't know what back to back is, what is that? What is
basically you go up and you actually DJ with a DJ like back to back. So he'll play one song on one turntable, then I play a song on another turntable. Basically.
Was that nerve wracking?
Fuck yeah, because I was drunk. I wasn't expecting that. Was not ready. I think I already had a couple bottles of tequila, not full bottles in me, but share it with everyone, and we had ran through or whatever, taking shots. I was drinking Henny and Coke too. I was lit already. I think I was in the back chilling, and it was right before Dioro went on, and I just went to go say what's up to him, just to thank him for the opportunity and everything like that. And as I was thanking him, he was like, "Are you ready to go back to back?" And I was like throwing off, like, "What? Are you serious?" Also, because to go back to back with Dioro, a legend. Like, I'm not thinking he's a deal. Like, obviously we're like cool and tight and everything, but I was expecting that. So when he had to go back to back, I was like, "Oh, okay." But I thought he was joking. Maybe he was just lit, like wasn't serious. And then he went on and started doing his thing. And then Eden came up to me like a little, like maybe like 10 minutes before I actually got called up there to go. He was looking for me. He was like, "Hey, like, are you good? Like, are you down to go back to back still?" I was like, "Oh, he was for real?" He was like, "Yeah, he's for real about that." And then so I was like, "Okay, yeah." So I started kind of trying to sober up. I was drinking water. I was like, "Oh shit, this is for real." And then basically, yeah, like he called me up there, basically Eden to stand right there. And then Dior looked at me. He was like, "Hey, it's like, you're good? Are you ready?" I was like, "Oh yeah, as good as I can be."
Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah. So honestly, I didn't also go back to back. So I usually what DJs do, they'll also have a USB with their music, like either their songs or usually if you do something like that, it's a good time to show off your music, I'd say, But I wasn't expecting that, so I didn't have nothing ready. So I didn't have no USB. So I just told him like, "Hey, like I might have to play your music." He was like, "Oh, don't trip, I got stuff for that you can play or whatever." I was like, "All right, cool." So he set up his USB or whatever and had me on, and then he was like, "All right, I'm gonna call you up right now. Like, don't trip." And I was like, "Okay." So I was just standing there waiting, and then he was like, "Hey guys, make some noise for my boy DJ Dabo." And I was like, "Oh, this is for real."
you're like fuck it, like I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I was ready. Oh, for sure, I could DJ anything.
That's still wild to me though.
Yeah,
like you was lit and you still said fuck it, but you know what though, bro?
I'm ready for anything.
Opportunities knock when you least expect them.
Not gonna say no.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm not gonna lie, I was scared because also the way he DJs, he DJs just off of like it's basically with the CDJs is what it's called, and like. For me, I use a computer, so it's a little different. Like all the waves are on there. I could check it if I am off. I could fix it real quick or whatever. Him with the CJs, it's not like that. You have to hear it. So I'm not used to doing that, but I could do it. But because I was lit, I was like, oh man, I really gotta trust like what I know right now, basically. So that was like how that happened, basically. And yeah, it worked out, luckily for the best, pretty much.
But the thing that I was gonna ask you is like, do you think because right now I want to get to your music, obviously.
Oh, okay.
I want to get to your music, and then the one thing that I wanted to ask you, kind of like on the other side, is that do you feel like when you have those kind of friends, you want to ask them for certain favors, but then you kind of don't? You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
Because you don't want to come off in a wrong way, but you're like, hey, like I think I can help.
I feel like, no, definitely that.
You know what I mean?
I feel like I've been. I don't know what's the word. I've been blessed where like I think they see too that I'm putting in work. Like I DJ a lot, like every weekend basically. I'm definitely working on music. I'm working on putting out content for myself like that. So they see that I'm putting in work. It's not like if I were to hit them up or ask for something, I'm just reaching out, But I don't ask for that. They see I put in the work, and they've like for the pop-up thing for D, they asked me if I was down to DJ and like do all that, for 9 hours or whatever. Yeah, I don't think they knew it was gonna be 9 hours, but it ended up being 9 hours basically. Yeah. And then so they see the work. Like they definitely know that I'm trying. Like it's not like it's just like a handout, you know what I mean? Right, but definitely it's hard to be like, damn, like how come you don't just book me every time, brother?
Because you don't want to come off as like a person that fucking
like just for clout
like,
type shit or whatever, you know, which is like I've been cool with D forever, you know, and I honestly don't even like talking that like about the how that I'm cool with them like that. I never really bring it up.
I wanted to ask you because obviously I see it and I know you.
yeah, definitely.
Because it's something that I was like, damn, like I'm kind of curious on how that worked out.
Yeah,
you know?
Definitely. It's actually funny. I went to a club on Friday. Had a DJ homie shout out my boy Volatile. He was hit me up to fucking just to go like check it out or whatever stuff like that. We keep in contact on Instagram. So I finally had a free day because like I said, I DJ every weekend. Y'all tap in with me. I finally had a free day, so I would go check it out. And when we were talking and shit, and he was introducing me to people. He was like, "Oh, this is my boy DJ Dabble. He opened up for Dioro and shit." And I was like, "Oh, like I totally appreciate the love and the flowers." I'm like, you don't have to like, you know, like I just feel like I don't know. Like of course I did do it, but
at the same time, you're kind of.
I don't want niggas thinking that I'm like just fucking like it's a flex or anything like that. You know, like it was like, you know, like I was happy to do that and like it was great, but I don't want people thinking like anything better of me, you know what I mean? It's just, you know, I just did that and that was it.
You know what the crazy part, bro, is that like I think that's where me and you kind of click a lot too. Is that we have that of like, bro, just because we did it doesn't mean that we crazy, you know, we're crazy about it.
I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like y'all.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. There's some people that take full advantage of that shit, and that's like their go-to line type shit. You know what I mean?
And also, you know, in the industry, it's hard because there's a lot of people that are like that, but you kind of start to be cool with people like that because like. Even though they might be like, you know, total, fake or flexing or whatever, like they still might be a cool guy, you know, but you gotta be like that for social media. You know what I mean? I feel it. And I feel like what Dioro too also helps being cool with him. He won't be cool with you unless you're genuine or real, you know. And like a nice person, you know?
I think that's me, Martin, a lot of people, honestly. Everybody here, like we for sure, like you got to be authentic.
He could tell, and he could tell, like you know, if someone is just doing it for whatever the views or the, you know, he'll be cool with you for the moment, but it won't last, you know.
Correct, exactly.
So, but he's cool with a lot of people, just you know, in general, and I feel like seeing him how he weaves through it and balances through it. And you know, I see like, okay, like this is how like you do it, you know, because I see the behind the scenes talk and like how it is, you know. So I'm like, okay, like I get it.
Well, bro, I gotta tell you because I tend to text you this shit, but I really am proud of you for all the shit that you've been doing.
Thank you, brother. No, he does all the time, guys.
Like all this shit, bro. Like I try to make it to as many events as I can. Sometimes, bro, my regular job be beating my ass, bro.
I feel it.
I work nights and you do that shit at night, and I'm just like,
it's hard. Yeah,
it'd be annoying and hard because obviously you want to be there for your people and you want to support them as much as you can, type shit. So let me hear what you got right there, bro.
Okay, for sure.
Let me see what you got, bro.
I mean, I don't know. What do you want? Like one song, two songs?
Well, give me some a little, you know, that ain't crazy gonna be copyright type shit.
Oh, okay.
Nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Give me something like even if you gotta zoom it up a little bit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know 30 seconds I think is as a max we can go on YouTube
so
without getting with that copyright.
So because I have two remixes.
Right.
I'm down to show. Let me see if these are the right
Again, guys, everything DJ Dabble related will be down in the description. So you're gonna have the links to the Spotify's, YouTube's, all that stuff that's gonna come out. So just keep an eye out for that. And I just want you guys to get a little bit of a preview as far as for what he's got because my boy got some fire for.
So I'll start with the one that I have coming out in a couple weeks, and then I'll end it with the one I have coming out next week because I actually have this song coming out on Tuesday. Well, I don't know when this maybe will be aired, but
it'll probably be aired in a couple weeks.
In a couple weeks, okay. So maybe by the time these songs are out, or by the time
this video
shows, the songs will be out. But
correct.
Yeah, so the first one will be it's an NSYNC remix.
Oh, I got a little preview of that. Yeah, you posted
I showed it, so it's funny. Yeah. I posted it. So I went to Rolling Loud last weekend. If y'all know Rolling Loud Hip Hop Festival, poppin' or whatever. I went to the Kanye West listening party. They added a Kanye West listening party on the day before on Thursday, and when I was there, he has a song, but it's a it's a Backstreet Boys remix. The Everybody.
Oh yeah.
I was there, heard it, and I was just like, it was a dope cover or dope sample and remix and everything. And I was just thinking like, damn, no one does anything for NSYNC. Like there's no NSYNC remix. So that sparked that when I was there, and I was like, okay, and enjoyed the show or whatever. So the day before Rolling Out on Friday, I was like, let me just cook up a little bit, just see what I can come up with or whatever. And I looked up an NSYNC song, got the acapella for it, and did a little something to it the day before. What I posted on my Instagram that day is not what I ended up with later on in the song.
Okay.
But it's hard.
Yeah, but I remember you did post something on it.
Yeah, I did post. Yes,
you could keep it a little distance. It's fine.
Like right here, probably.
Yeah,
okay.
I want to hear.
So this is it's Tearing Up My Heart by NSYNC remix DJ Dabble. Let's see if it'll load. Oh, there you go.
Let's see if it'll load it.
No matter what I do, I feel the pain. Tearing up my. Oh, bro, that drop. Oh, it's dark. But this one is, I feel like.
Bro, you know what I feel like right now? I feel like that Joe Rogan episode, bro, when they're all dancing.
They're all fist bumping.
Okay, pause that really quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one's gonna come out what date?
So that one,
This is already gonna air way past that, but I just want to have it just.
It's coming out. Let me see. Hold on. The date.
Because
I'm going to Cancun this weekend. So
Right.
I mean, so I have a lot. So I'm posting. Hold up. I have a lot of content coming out. So I have that plan to come out when I get back from Cancun, April 16th.
Okay, so that's gonna come out
April 16th.
This video will be way out like after that.
Yeah, by then most likely.
But
yeah.
let me ask you this: Are you planning on dropping that at an event?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you have something in mind?
I do have EDM events coming up. So I work with this group called Space Monkey. We DJ with them all the time. We do events in the Melrose House in LA. We were doing beach parties for a while, but now we're at Sharky's in Hermosa, Newport, Huntington Beach. And basically, yeah, they're like more EDM. 'Cause I do everything. I DJ hip hop, reggaeton, EDM.
You're an
house,
all-around DJ
all around
type.
pop music. I play everything literally. So different events are like only hip hop or only reggaeton, or I could play hip hop and reggaeton, or like some things are just EDM music. So at those events, I play my remixes like that, and yeah, usually it goes off pretty much every time.
Okay,
so.
for sure. That one's gonna go off, bro.
Oh, that was a good one. That one I just made, so I haven't played that one yet.
You just got one though. What's up? You got another one?
I got another one.
Come on, man. Come on, you can't just tease us with just one. Yeah, Nazi.
So this one's actually coming out next week on Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, it just got approved by the distribution. I had to make some changes and just shit.
Wait, so you had to go through the process of allowing them to approve that?
Yeah, not the remix part of it, but because like there's audio in it, and I was trying to put it as a remix, but then I have to get it approved. So I'm basically doing it illegally.
You're doing it illegally, basically?
Yeah, so if y'all hear this, NSYNC, and this next one's by Doja Cat, don't sue me. I'm up and coming. We can cut a deal. You know what I mean? Don't even trip.
Yeah.
I'll gladly give y'all some proceeds. I ain't even tripping. You know what I mean? But yeah, these are hitters. Hopefully they help me out.
All right, let's see.
So this is by Doja Cat. It's an Agora Hills remix. Pretty popular song.
So like if you hear me talking in between that, it's because I'm trying to make sure the copyright don't hit us hard, all right?
Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah. Because it's her voice for sure.
For sure, most definitely. Okay. Hey.
I want to show you off.
Hey.
I want to show you off. I want to show you off. Yeah.
Okay. All the ladies gonna love this.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. They do.
Oh, here we go. Bro, why are these so hard, bro? What is going on, bro? The evolution of Dabo.
I ain't gonna lie, it took some time to get here, guys. It wasn't always just popping. You know,
you go ahead, pause that now. Pause that now before we get really super hit with it. But dude, that's sick as fuck.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah.
I wish YouTube would be cool enough to just be like allowing us to play certain things without hitting us hard with certain shit, because it's kind of like y'all already promoting people.
Well, hopefully that will hopefully because it's a remix and it's just really the vocal. Hopefully, yeah. Because the sounds in it are like some of them are it's the actual notes from the songs, obviously, but so it's the same rhythm, but it's different sounds. So sometimes on all those copyright laws with those songs, you're allowed to do covers like that, but you can't use like the actual song. Like that's where they get mad. Like or like for instance, like
so drop some more knowledge, bro. Teach everybody at home, including myself.
Which I think if I'm wrong, y'all can educate me for sure.
Yeah. If you want to go ahead and pick him apart, you can go ahead and do that in the comment section below. But keep in mind, he's only giving us the information that he is aware of what he knows.
Because you could re-record the sounds and play them yourself, and I think that'll be fine. But like for instance, with I think this is kind of where I figured it out with Juice WRLD, his big song "Lucid Dreams." That's a Sting song. A very popular song, and the main melody in it is the guitar of that song, like the actual sample from it. Like he didn't re-record it or anything, basically. So he just grabbed that sample, put it on the song, and then add the drums, basically. So that's how you get copyright, basically.
So it can be the same as long as
it can be the same
your own way.
Yeah, like you put your own, like the own instruments, your own touch or whatever. Yeah, it could be the same, but you can't grab the actual sample from that. So what makes this illegal, I guess, is I'm using their vocal. Definitely, that's the actual NSYNC vocal. That's the actual Doja Cat
you could actually
sample.
have someone else sing it,
and that would
sound kind of sort of similar,
and that'll be super good.
But that's why they also, if you notice, they changed the pitch to their
That too.
songs.
That too. Yeah, you can do that
That's
too.
another thing that actually could actually be.
I didn't change the pitch. That's their actual tone.
So let me ask. Okay, that's wild though when you think about that, because all the rules
Maybe cut that so I don't get sued. But
Yeah. Even if you do, bro, as long as this is what I've learned. This is it goes from the fashion industry kind of sort of as well. So what I've learned is that even if you imitate something that's already big and you're selling it, you can get lawsuits, you can get those like cease and desist, all those bullshit. But as long as you are making noise, people are going to
I feel like
gravitate.
any publicity is good publicity. You know? So I feel like if I were to get sued for that, it would only help my career. You know,
Yeah,
so if y'all want to, thank you.
You know,
but you know, I mean, this song's have to get big and hit. You know, that's still a long way to go for that. But
you know what the cool thing about
you know.
today's day and age in music, bro, is that most artists.
I need some more.
You want some more?
I need some more Henny.
Give us some more Henny, please.
You got you?
Martin, guys, you guys got to give Martin a lot of praise in the comments if you guys can, because Martin does a lot.
Just bring the bottle on the coat. We'll give Henny the promo now.
If you could, please. But I wanted to ask you. Well, actually, I wanted to tell you was that with today's society, as far as for like music and artistry and everything like that, most artists are connected with people that do cool stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like most artists will be like, dude, that was hard, and then they'll be like, oh, like the one guy that I'm trying to think of his name, bro. I don't know his name, but he has that mask and he has like the little snake on his thing. I don't know if you've seen him. He has like that, like a mat, and it's always like glittery and all that stuff.
Oh, sick kick.
There you go, him.
Sick,
so
something like that. Kick music.
He's actually done that with a lot of artists' music, and then they even reach out to him.
So on social media, he got basically doing like those little live remixes or whatever, stuff like that. So that was actually I would love to do something like that too, but obviously not trying to steal his content or something like that. But that's the kind of stuff that I feel like hits because. If it's a known popular song, people like it, and then if you can get the artist that actually made that song to back it, I mean, bro,
that's even better, bro.
Up, you know?
What you want first? You want the Henny or you
the Henny? Yeah.
You go, sir. You go ahead and hit that.
I like I've looked at some of your old songs remix too. So D, if you see a remix coming, brother, my bad, dude. Don't sue me, gang.
He'll help you out for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've looked at a couple songs remix, but like I know I feel like if I were to do that, I feel like he'd fuck with it, and it could help it go up. But that's too easy. I don't want to just do that.
Yeah, I feel
and just like I want to. I'm trying to earn it out the mud as much as I can without taking any handouts. You know what I mean? So I don't want people thinking that like, oh, it's just because he's cool with Dior, he got that. It's like no. It took me some time, guys.
and that's another thing, bro, that I wanted to let you know is like that's another thing that I admire about you, and I think that's where you and I kind of we click on a lot too is that mentality. It's like, dude, although it's cool that you know certain people and you can do things. Yes, it's easier. The easier route is to just ask and be like, hey, help me out. But sometimes it's
and I'm pretty sure they would, honestly. I'm pretty sure they would. But it's like, you want it to be more genuine, you know?
Yeah.
And I want them just to be like, oh, okay, well, just that one time.
He just wants something again.
Exactly. It's not, you know?
You know what I'm saying? And you're earning it, bro. You're fucking, that's why I'm telling you, like, every time I see some shit, I'm like, bro, my boy out here, you feel me? Like, sometimes, bro, I'll be jamming out to your music just in my car, even though I'm sitting there.
That's my boy. He's part of my 30 monthly listeners on Spotify right now. That's what I'm talking about,
baby. Yeah,
because I haven't dropped no new music. That's when I was dropping new music, I have more. I will say that.
It happens, bro.
It's been a couple months. I was working. I was trying to enter a DJ competition to play at Beyond Wonderland too. So you have to make a song or have an original song and then make a mix for it. So the month of February, I was like really focused on that. Cheers, brother. The month of February, I was really focused on that.
Cheers, Martin.
Cheers, gang.
That's what I'm talking about. Cheers.
Yeah, the month of February I was really focused on that and I didn't win, so it was really disappointing. But
it happens, bro. Sometimes you gotta take those lessons, you feel me?
I made a whole ass song and it's not easy like an EDM track, guys. It takes a couple, good 2-3 weeks to really, depending on the flow of the song, to get it down.
Yeah.
So I made a whole ass song for it to not do shit. It's like, wow.
There's something that I learned recently and it says you're only allowed to take 3 L's in your life. And I was like, what does that mean? I was like, why would you even want to take an L? But then sometimes lessons, right? So it goes, the guy goes, the first one is you gotta look. The second one is you gotta listen, and the third one is you gotta learn.
I definitely feel that.
3 L's in life that you gotta take.
And definitely with DJing and music, with this, producing and stuff, I feel those 3 L's because, when I was first getting just the DJ scene, even like it's hard with like working with promoters and they want you to bring people, sell bottles, and it was like, or like, geez, like I can bring people, but maybe I'm not selling bottles right now, or I have people that'll buy a bottle, but maybe I'm not bringing 50, 60 people. I don't know what they want, because it was back in the day for DJing when we were like in high school and I was getting into the club scene, they didn't care about that. It was just about like being a good DJ and like playing good music, have the crowd lit. All right, they'll book you, Nowadays it's about like what your name is, how much content do you have, do you get likes on your pictures, are you going to bring me at least 10 people to the club that will buy drinks, are you going to bring people that are going to buy bottles, like, it's all, and that's the business side of it. And I feel like now with the club scene evolving like that, I had to learn because I don't feel like I didn't have a good, or I didn't have a big following then. I had just like my friends that fucked with me, you know. But now, as I've gone more, like now I have people that come out to my shows and buy bottles and do all that kind of shit. So, like that was like the lessons I had to learn. Like, damn, okay, like I thought I was him, maybe I'm not yet.
Right. Let me ask you this, right now, since you mentioned promoters, have you ever had any like, I don't want to say horror stories, but kind of like stories that you've had where you're promoters, or you're just like, bro, this motherfucker just did me dirty type shit?
Luckily, I've gotten paid for every gig. I've never done anything. Never like have not gotten paid or like they've done me dirty or anything. Look, I feel like me too. I've done my my due diligence where I'm not just working with anybody. Like I take a lot of gigs, I do DJ a lot, but I at least make sure that these people are reputable. They've booked people that are DJs that I'm cool with, or like I know. That I know in the industry that are doing things as well. So I'm like, okay, like they wouldn't DJ for them if they weren't know what they were doing. You know what I mean? Right. But definitely, I have done some events where like they were just empty, or like, you know, people didn't show up. If it was, you know, to where who knows, the night was a bad night. It was raining, like just things happen, you know, where like some people just don't come out, you know what I mean? And yeah, so there's just that, but never really anything horror stories where like they don't take care of me. Because usually wherever I go, they always take care of me. Usually always get free alcohol, get my people in for free, and you know.
I've been one of them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I take care of my people. If any of my friends ever want to come out to where I DJ, club, bar, whatever, I always have a table. I usually get free drinks. It may not be for the whole night, but I'll get you at least a round of shots. You know what I mean?
Right.
I take care of my people, most definitely. So
I don't think I'm that like shit either, motherfuckers.
I don't think I'm stuck up like that.
Don't do that, because that's just annoying.
And I've had people come out. Like I've had like old high school friends too, like come out to places where I've DJed in LA. Harry actually is one of them too.
Oh, yeah, Noel?
Yeah, Harry Noel. Yeah, he's come a lot for sure. And and fucking like I take care of them. And they're like, oh damn, bro, like I didn't know it was like that. Like I didn't know you had, you know, they would take care of us like that. You know, this time and the third. I'm like, bro, like it's. You know, it's like that actually when you're a DJ. You know, they want the people to come out. So the more people that are down to come out, the merrier. Honestly,
like, I'm not tripping. Because at the end of the day, if they spend money, they spend money. You feel me? So that's also
because they don't care. You know, a lot of these clubs don't care about letting people in for free from the door. You know, especially if you know the DJ or someone or promoter, they'll be like, okay, you know someone, you can get it for free because they know you're gonna buy drinks at least. You know, even if I give you a drink for free, you're gonna be lit and want another drink and another drink. You know, it doesn't stop there. You know, so it's a business and it's like the psychology of it, but that's like how it goes. You know, so yeah.
Has it ever been discouraging for you whenever you're doing an event and it is kind of empty though?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, a big hit to my confidence. Yeah, big hit. I've done a few guys, so it's not, you know, not everything I do is popping like exchange or time like club and shit. But no, definitely, just, you know, it's like
put me through that mindset. Like, what is it that goes through your mind when you go through this?
Well, I feel like, you know, it's just like wait, am I not playing good music? Because sometimes there'll be people there. And if they leave, it's because it's whack, you know, because just not people. There's no one in the party, you know. And a lot of times it's not just me DJing. It'll be like me, 2 or 3 other DJs, you know what I mean. So it's not like just me the whole night. But when it's like that, it's just like, oh, was the promotion not good, or are these DJs that we booked with us aren't good? Like, is it the location? Like, what is it? You know what I mean? And it's a lot of questions that go through. But when it's a popping event, you know, you're not even tripping on that. It's just like, okay, it's lit. Like, everyone's here, everyone's having a good time. That's all you care about, you know? So it's just like, you're with the punches. Like, there's a formula to it, but we're just trying to figure out our formula, because we can't just like copy and paste what everyone else does and copy someone's party, basically. You know what I mean? You got to find your own twist to it. So a lot of times, because I have people that I work with too, where like we throw the events. And if they're not popping, we're like trying to figure out like, damn, what could we have done different? And then when they are popping, we're like, damn, how can we build on that? You know what I mean? Like, it just goes both ways. And then like, if I just get booked to DJ, it's just like, well, like, it is what it is. Like, if it's not popping, you know, you just go to the next one. Because I usually DJ 2 or 3 times a weekend, and I guarantee one is gonna be lit. Right. So you know, just it is what it is. You know, it's hard too when you DJ or when you play every weekend, you go out every weekend. Not everything's gonna be 100% a hitter. You know, like. Just it is what it is.
Damn, bro. The next thing that I wanted to ask you is that what's your type of favorite event that you like to DJ at?
Man,
honestly, because everyone has their own little, you know, niche.
To be honest, it's hard because I really love music. Like, Spanish, EDM. Like, I don't speak Spanish fluently, but I fuck with reggaeton. I fuck with the cumbias, the salsa, even the new corrido shit be coming out, the Peso Pluma and the Javi and shit like that, Chinos Pacas and shit. Like, I don't understand the word they saying, but I like the vibe. You know what I mean? So honestly, with DJing, I love playing EDM music. I love playing like clubs where it's hip hop, reggaeton. I play at Bar Louie and Downey just about every weekend. They love me there. Like, Jesus Christ, I can't get away from it. To be honest,
they're like, no.
I've tried. Not that I've tried to like leave there, but I'll take gigs in other places sometimes. sometimes, and they're like, oh, okay, well, the next day we got you the next day then for sure. Like, well, we'll have you on Friday then, or we'll have you on Saturday if you're DJing Friday. Like,
which is a blessing.
I love it. No, I'm from Downey, so that's my hometown. So I love DJing there. It's always a good time. I have it packed every fucking time I do there. Like, I'll get, because usually it's a restaurant, so it's a dinner like in the beginning, and then at night it turns into like a bar where it's like, you know, more lit. And I'll have people there literally. When I get there, they're maybe just finished eating, or they're still kind of eating, and they want to have a drink or whatever, and they will stay the whole fucking night
because of the vibe.
And they'll come up to me at the end, and they'll be like, "Bro, like, I just want to let you know, I was here before you started playing, and it was chilling, and I didn't leave because you started playing and how lit it got." And those are compliments. That's like
confidence booster. You feel me?
I'm just doing my thing, you know what I mean? But I appreciate the love. I'm like, oh shit, like, and even for like, you know. People don't always want to go up to the DJ or like someone to give a compliment, you know, they want to be more reserved or whatever. So just for them to come up and say that and give me that, you know, little compliment boost is like, oh shit, like, thanks, bro. Like, I wasn't even like,
I appreciate that.
Just doing what I do. You know what I mean? Like, that's sick. And I appreciate that. And you know, the bar knows that too. Bar Louie, the people that run it. So they see the vibes, they know. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's fun there. I love it there. I get lit. I was there last night, guys. I got pretty fucked up.
Yeah, lit.
Drinking Henny and Coke the whole time. Let me tell you. They give me the drinks for free. So guys, don't buy me drinks. They give them for free, please.
That's funny, bro. Because when I go to you, I'm like, hey, you want something? No, I'm good. I'm good.
Because what happens is I already have. They give me Henny and Coke on repeat. Like, I don't have to ask. They just look at me and they give me the little point. I'm like, yes. So
you're like,
it's coming already, and then sometimes people will just buy me drinks like without even asking. They're like, oh, bro, I got you this, and I'm like, oh, fuck,
like fuck, bro.
Like, I have a routine already. I'm good.
Bro, and it's funny because there's times where you're like, oh, no, you want something? And I'm like, bro, like,
yeah.
I'm here for you, bro. Like, you want something.
But it was funny, and it's nice that and people are like that too. But I look at it like, damn, no, you're here for me. Let me take care of you.
Yeah.
You know, like, let me get you a drink.
Like,
exactly.
Like, I'm like, nah, like,
especially like,
you're doing your thing.
Especially because the bar, they'll give me a couple rounds of shots. You know, they see the vibe. I'm fucking making them at least a few grand that night. You know what I mean? The bartenders are getting tipped out heavy, like, and so that's what, like, as a young DJs too. Let me tell you right now, and young DJs, if y'all see
inspiration,
this,
dog.
I'm gonna give y'all a little free game. Play for the girls and play for the bartenders, okay? Because the bartenders is who has say so in clubs, in bars, anywhere where there's a bartender at. They will tell the owner or the manager that night, like, oh, that DJ was good, hire him again. Right. It was so busy for us that night. Play for girls, because girls will have the guys there and have the guys buying them drinks. And obviously the bartenders are the ones making it happen right there. You know what I mean? So,
ladies, I don't ever want you to tell me that you have it hard in life. Don't ever tell me that shit.
You guys don't.
Y'all got it easy out here, man.
I wish a girl would come to me and buy me some drinks and, like, you know, do that.
If you want to get in his panties, that's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
A girl come up to me and rizz me up, you know? It's not like that.
They all got hell rizzes, bro. They ain't got none of that shit going on for them. But since we're talking about girls and we're on the topic of girls, I wanted to ask you something really quick. Do you constantly get a lot of females come up to you and just trying to ask like for requests?
Oh my God.
Bro, what I gotta know, bro. I want to know the mentality that you go through to play it off in a way where you're like,
you know what it is?
You know what it is, bro? Like, I'm not gonna do it. Like, how do you do it?
I don't want to be a dick to y'all. I want to keep it 100%.
You hate that shit?
100, yes. Every fucking DJ hates getting requests. And you know what it is? If the vibe was whack and people were vibing, I would totally understand. Like, give me, when I DJ like at like weddings or quinceañeras birthdays, I actually do take requests because it's that person's night that paid me. Like, right. You know, if whatever the fuck but I want to take requests from them, or if it's someone that said like, hey, like they told me to tell you, like, all right, for sure. Because it's their night. They paid me for it. You know what I mean? And I know what they want usually already because they're booking me. They know what I'm going to play. But if I'm at like a Bar Louie, or usually at clubs, this don't usually happen because clubs, everyone's lit already.
Yeah, clubs will be like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. The security will keep them away from you already. You know what I mean? But if it's like somewhere where they can get close to the DJ they ask. But like at Bar Louie, I'll have the whole bar vibing, singing, having a good time, playing like hip hop or something like that. I'll get someone coming up asking for like fucking a cumbia song or like something like totally off of what I'm doing. And don't get me wrong, guys, I play cumbia in my sets, like, or like, you know, I'll play Selena, I play rock and Espanol, like I play everything. But like, you gotta read the room and be like, okay, if people are vibing to hip hop right now, let me not go up to the DJ and ask him for something totally off topic,
right,
of what's being played. You know what I mean? Or like, and there's been a couple of times where I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna play that song for you just so you can see what's gonna happen. And I'll play the song and totally switch it up, and I'll look at the person and they'll be like, oh, like try to hide away.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. So I did in the beginning of my when I was DJing at bars, I used to do that just so I could see and I wanted them to see. But now I'm just like, you know what? Like, I'm not even gonna risk like what I have going on here because I already know, especially like at clubs, bars, or stuff like that. I know the vibe of like how it's supposed to go, like where to take it. If you guys don't know, songs have BPMs, it's beats per minute. So usually you start a little slower in the BPM, 70 to 80, 90s in the beginning of the night, and then you speed it up and you go back down. You know, I don't know. I feel like there's a psychological science to it, but I just don't know it. You know what I mean? But I know there has to be a reason.
That movie with what's his name? Zac Efron, where he was like a DJ or some shit.
I haven't seen that movie. No. That's some fake shit.
You a DJ and you haven't seen it?
That's some fake shit. I ain't gonna fucking watch that.
All of us people that don't DJ around here are talking about
No, honestly, I've seen clips of it on TikTok. And I didn't even realize Zac Efron did something like that. But you know, that's cool. Basically.
Yeah.
But there has to be a science to it.
High School Musical?
No. Musical, dog. Yeah,
but that was a bop. That was a bop. I seen that movie. I'll tell you, all three of them. All three of them.
Sorry.
That was actually probably when me and Eric were kicking it in the first one. We first started. We played basketball in middle school. We were into music too.
All into that, bro.
I was Zac Efron. He was like my fucking Blue. He was that.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means, but okay. Yeah. Oh, that's what it's called. It's called We Are Friends. That's what it's called. Where it's like a DJ.
Oh yeah. That's the DJ movie. Yeah,
that's what it's called.
He basically they went to like the Coachella and shit and like got like live footage and things like
all that stuff. Yeah, that's what they ended up doing. And all that
that's cool. And that's
I was gonna ask you. Sorry to interrupt you, but did your set ever go on YouTube or anything? With Dioro when you were doing that whole set?
No, we didn't record it. I wish I would have, to be honest. See, that stuff were like, so you know, it was like so last minute when he like kind of when I got put onto that lineup, and the same thing for Time Nightclub, where like I didn't really have time to like really think like, oh, like what I want to do to like record or like footage and all that. I just knew like I was gonna have my person there recording with the phone and all that, but I didn't have time to book a cameraman to get like that kind of footage, or even think like, oh, let me get a cameraman to do that. You know what I mean? It was just like so quick, and I was just like, all right, well, fuck it. Like, I don't know who I'm gonna get and like book like so last minute. You know what I mean?
Do you think social media is something that is like a big thing for DJs and everything?
Huge.
Like that? Do you think
DJs, podcasting, streamers.
All right.
If you don't have like TikTok or Insta. It can be TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. You know what I mean? Like you have to be able to put your stuff out, and like the reach that all these social medias have. If you're not on that and putting your content out and like paying for ads or whatever, like it's not gonna like you're not gonna reach new people. You know, because even on my TikTok, I have videos that have not gone viral, but like have gotten a lot of views, and I have some that didn't get a lot of views.
It'd be like that.
It just be like that. Yeah. So, but the ones that have gotten views, I see that I'm like, okay, how could I like do the same thing that I did on that video again and like again and again? Because that's the thing with TikTok or like TikTok's Instagram. It's the algorithm. Yeah. You can't just do it once and like think like, okay, that's it. Like, no, you have to have like 10 videos like that, because people will see that one video and then go to your page and see what else you have. And if you have a library of stuff, then they'll fuck with you.
You know what's crazy that you mentioned that? Because I'm sorry to switch it up on me really quick, but I just want to tell you something that I experienced today. The thing that I experienced today was that, so for example, like the podcasting, right? I went ahead and went to go get my hair cut. Right, new barber, new buddy. He's been a friend of mine since forever.
Okay.
And the one thing that I actually wanted to that tripped me out, when you mentioned that, is that he was watching the clips that I put out of this podcast,
which is what you're supposed to do. I've been seeing your clips too.
Yeah. So the clips,
that's 100% what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Apparently, clips and all that has been helping out.
Well, because you got to think. I watch a lot of streamers too. I watch Sketch. If you ever see this, you're my boy. Sketch. And Sketch, Jinxie, Kai Cenat. And that's what they do. They stream for 4 or 5 hours a day.
Right.
And then they clip the best parts and put them on social media.
Right.
And if that's entertaining enough, people will want to go watch their actual, the actual video.
Yeah.
So that's how it worked for Sketch. That's how I discovered him. I was seeing his little clips. And I was like, oh, let me see if he actually has videos. And sure enough, he had a shitload. And I went like on a whole little binge of
little playlists and shit.
Yes, and watching him. So same thing for you. Like I seen that you've been doing that. I'm like, bro, it's perfect. It's what you're exactly supposed to do.
And bro, and it's crazy because I've had people be like for him, it's a perfect time I've ever experienced it without me like someone telling me. Like he was playing them and he's like, oh yeah, they're playing all your clips.
I can smoke in here?
Yeah, you can smoke in, most definitely. And then and I was like, ain't no way, bro. Like you're literally going through the whole playlist, and I'm over here thinking, oh, I might be wasting my time doing this shit. Like, nobody gonna really watch this.
You know what's funny? With making music too, because obviously I put up songs that's not getting thousands and thousands of plays. It gets hundreds, maybe a couple thousand for sure, which I'm like super grateful for. But I'm not getting like hundreds of thousands or millions. And I feel the same way. Like you put in all this work to make a track, and it's like, who the fuck cares,
Right.
And then even as an artist, you still have to make the track, promote it. I gotta make some type of content for it.
Everything.
Yeah, I still gotta promote it after that. And it's like, do people really care? But then I'll get people where like they like the track, they'll tell me in person or whatever, and I'm like, oh shit, like okay, I guess it is kind of hitting. People do actually kind of fuck with that. Like, all right, let me keep it going, I guess. You know?
Bro, and it's crazy because it's like I recently went through that not too long ago. I had that mentality of like, damn, bro, like I'm doing all this work and like some of the views will go up, some of them are down. It's like, is it really worth it? And then actually, like when you start to pay attention to the analytics and all this stuff, and you start to realize like, oh damn, like some of it is working, some of it isn't. So I was like, the only thing that's gonna stop me is myself. So I'm just gonna keep going type shit.
Yeah, and honestly, you get in the way of yourself not doing it.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't get that shit, bro.
No, honestly, and a
lot of people don't get that shit.
That's it. Oh.
No, you're good.
Okay, go.
Yeah.
And honestly, I thought it was cliche too when people would say, oh, put in the work, or like, you know, like, oh, just being consistent. I'm like, that just sounds so easy, but I don't know. But like, honestly, I've seen it, like, and I'm not even big or anything like that, you know, yet. I'm trying, but definitely just putting out videos, making music, just grinding, posting, all that kind of stuff. People realize you're serious, and your content has to be good. You can't be putting out no bullshit either, you know what I mean? But like, if the content is good, people will notice, you know, and it takes people a few times to see, like, think about yourself, you know, it takes you 5 times to see an ad or something on Instagram and
before
be like,
you pay attention.
Well, like, oh, okay, like they're for real, you know what I mean? So like that's exactly, I look at like businesses and like companies that actually do, you know, like clothing brands and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, this is what they're doing. Like, let me try to do that like for music. How do I model that? And also seeing like Dior and stuff like too, what he does. He's always on a bigger scale, but I'm like, how can I minimize that for me? And then, okay, what can I do?
Yeah, I feel that.
So stuff like that is like what helps.
Yeah,
you know?
a lot of people, and it's crazy, bro, because a lot of people don't see that shit, and it does get a little discouraging at times.
You got to put in that work.
Yeah.
Even like for someone like Dior, huge. Like he's already like made it. He's always working. He's always in the studio. He's always making music.
Facts.
Has a shitload of fucking content. Like he's like a huge role model even for me. You know, I'm like, fuck, bro. I don't have as much stuff as him. Like what he does, you know. But yeah, like you really got to work. You got to put in the work and be consistent with it. And you can make it happen. You know, we're not like. It's funny when we were kids. You know, I feel like people used to get popular in their 20s.
Correct.
Like 20s to 30s, because that's when they have the money to do stuff and like buy everything, you know? As we got into like high school or like into our mid 20s, kids were getting popular.
That's correct.
Like 16, 15 17 year olds. So I feel like it kind of messed me up too in my comments, thinking like, damn, well, I'm too old now. Like people aren't gonna
does do that, yeah.
Like people aren't gonna fuck with me. Like
a little bit of gray hair.
Yeah, it's like what the
damn.
fuck? But I feel like now that's kind of starting to die. It's not so many kids getting popular. Now it's like kind of, you know, just being like whoever, you just content. But it's just about what's being like good and like quality and being, you know, like we were saying, being consistent with. That's what gets popular. It has nothing to do with age or race or how you look or whatever. You could be a nerd, you know, and get popping. You just gotta be consistent and have content. That's really all it is.
That's true. And with those wise words, I just wanted to give you one more. The one thing that Mike Tyson said before we head out of here, which is, I think Mike Tyson said, or it could have been Joe Rogan. I don't remember which one, but pretty much it's like discipline. It's like you have to do it like, although you hate it, you have to do it like you love it.
Yeah, honestly.
And that's the one thing that separates you from everybody else. That's why it says hard work beats talent every time.
Every time, guys. And honestly, I used to see that quote and be like, I don't know. I think if you're talented a bit more. Yeah. And I'm seeing it because I, you know, with making music and stuff like that, like I feel like a lot of these songs that I have are great, but it's not up to me. It's up to like everyone to like it. And one song's not gonna, like, one song could change your life, but one song won't. That one song won't change your life. Like you have to have a lot of those one songs coming out, and then the one will change it.
To keep that consistent.
To keep that consistent, and that's the discipline of it, of like not giving up, just keeping it going. You know, like you with the podcasting and stuff like that. Me with DJing and doing music. I don't know what you do, brother. Like, you know, if you've been anything creative.
My boy just out here living right now.
You're here on the podcast.
He's here on the pod
with us. You know,
I'm just happy to be here, man.
Yeah, you know
no, but this is like something you're doing. Something, you know what I mean? Like,
you know what I'm saying?
You could be.
Look, bro,
we're here on a Sunday. We could be doing so. I could be. I could have been in Vegas right now, guys. I got invited to go to a pool party with Dioro. Free bottles, free alcohol. I could have been getting lit right now. Let me tell you. But I was like, you know what? Nah. I told my boy Eric I was gonna be here.
Exactly. I feel you.
Here instead.
I could have been at church right now, bro.
You see? Praising the Lord, praising God. Praising God, guys.
But okay, sorry, bro. I know we're running out of time here, but I just wanted to say thank you for coming, bro. You're more than welcome to come back on.
Thank you, brother.
And then I'm gonna try to figure out a way so we can get all the music and everything situated. And then
I think I could probably send you the tracks.
Yeah, send me all that shit. That way we can go ahead and see if we can put it on there, make it sound a lot better. But with that being said, guys, if you have not already, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to let you guys know every time we upload. But with that being said, thank you both for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
See you guys on the next one. Peace.